I think Ulta needs to be held accountable to do better, because you can't promote that everyone is a VIP without truly giving them the hospitality and VIP experience from the time the point of sale happens, from buying a ticket all the way through the end. I feel like giving positive critiques instead of just like tearing down the brand is just like asinine, because then they won't learn anything. But also, a lot of us, and let me not say a lot of us, let me say this. As a woman that is 48, let me speak for myself. I wasn't worried about no $2,000 swag bag. I can't even carry all that ish that I've seen people talking about. But for me, it was more about being in the room, having a seat at the table was what I was more so interested in. I felt like these brands, and not really the brands, but just Ulta Beauty World in general, the way they launched this by not really doing any marketing for it, everything was by word of mouth. Everything was off of other people's experiences from last year. But the thing was, they created FOMO by giving away these gift bags with over $1,000 worth of product. So how did they top that this year? Well, we're gonna give away $2,000 worth of product, and we still got the set amount of number of tickets, even though it's 100,000 of you in this broadcast channel, which is like almost like a Facebook group. But it's only a certain amount of tickets that's available. And my thing is, I felt like they treated us like sample, hunters, and like herds of cattle, instead of making it like an experience that is hospitality. If you lead with the mindset and the charge on social media of like everyone's a VIP, that's what Ulta said, not me, but this is what Ulta was promoting on their Instagram and comments, that everybody is a VIP. Then why am I not getting that VIP experience when it comes to purchasing these tickets? I felt like, to make it fair, because there were a lot of people who were like, I'm a diamond member, I should get first dibs. Some people felt like, I live in Orlando, I should get first dibs. There's going to be some people that's just gone because they have FOMO and they see all the free products, and that might be products they could come back and sell back to the general public on websites and things like Mercari. I felt in order to make it more feasible for everybody to have an equal chance, they should have just gifted the tickets away to the general public. I remember at the beginning of the year, Chick-fil-A did this thing where you could buy a cup, and by buying this souvenir cup, you may get a gold cup and you get free Chick-fil-A for the year. So I felt like at the beginning of the year, Ulta would have done better by allowing us to go shop in the store and maybe purchase some kind of commemorative, maybe like a makeup mirror, or like how Merit Beauty gives us those little cases that you could put your blotting towels inside. They would have gave us an opportunity for us to purchase something like that, get some kind of souvenir out of it, or even one of the Ulta rolling bags or the hulking bags that everybody is talking about, that people might be purchasing for this Ulta Beauty World, and then that enters you into this drawing, right? And then if you open up the package, whatever it is, and let's say you get a gold member or an orange mirror, I said member, I meant to say mirror. If you get an orange mirror or a gold mirror, then that means you won, right? So for me, I feel like that would have been a better opportunity, would have made it fair for everybody. Also would have made money in the process, and then people would have walked away with something and not felt like they wasted all their time taking off from work today and being in queue online. I also feel that as individuals that want a seat at the table and want to meet brands in person, they should have had a separate track for that, like a professional track. I know, like with Mac, I've signed up with Mac. I've signed up with what's the other company? Nigel's Beauty Emporium. I don't know if you guys remember them. To be like a professional in the makeup industry, because I do share. It's not so much that I review makeup products, I just share what I like, right? So provide a track specifically for those individuals to go and not necessarily just like come there to get free product, but actually be able to show our portfolios online of what we could do in order to connect with those brands in person. I feel like that would have been an awesome track for people that review products online or talk about products online from that aspect, right? And then that way you don't have to worry about carrying all this product. I'm just coming to meet the places and spaces. Also, I feel like I see a lot of people doing meetups and things like that. That's something I used to do back in the day when oh, that's a alert. That I used to do back in the day when I went to Portugal for an event. I had like an event outside of an event, like a mixer. So even looking at like Web Summit does this thing where there's night summits, right? And basically you get to go and meet different um, companies like Uber and Lyft, like startup companies, not saying those particular companies, but like startup companies, you get to meet with them and investors get to decide if these are companies they want to invest in. I feel like they could have done night summits where if you didn't get to go to Ulta Beauty World, you could get to go to these night summits with these brands and meet the brand, people in person. There's a number of missed opportunities that I feel with Ulta Beauty World that they missed out on to make this bigger and grander than anything we've ever seen before. As opposed to like it being like this FOMO type event in this current state of where we are as a people and as human beings, with a lot of stresses on our mind. You just added to more stress this morning. Now, when it comes to the individuals that were online, like for me, when I saw 10-15 minutes that went by, plus I was on TikTok live watching people say that it was sold out, I just moved on. Like I went on with my day. This isn't something to do like an entire think piece on about the customer service and the marketing and all of that. Well, that's a given, right? And if you're not contributing to the conversation of how to make it better, then what are we doing, right? So for me, I just feel like I have stuff in my closet. I just left Ulta, when was this, Saturday? I refilled on my La Roche-Posay because I love La Roche-Posay. And I go to Ulta mainly to get my skincare items. That's the majority of the time when I'm going into Ulta is to get skincare products, okay? So like Medicube and all these different things. For me, I would like to show you guys what I already got. I don't need a hulking bag. I don't need $2,000 worth of free product. I already got that in my closet. If people aren't going to use those products to review for content, then what's the point of getting all that free stuff if you're not gonna be able to use it? A lot of those things have expiration dates and things of that nature. Like for real, like you really gonna use this stuff in this time, or maybe some people are gonna go and resell it. Who's to say? But I think a lot of it, you guys, is on us as consumers because, like I tell y'all, I'm a consumer on social, baby. Okay. I feel that, and maybe I should bring that back, my consumer on social content, because that's truly what I am. I'm a consumer first, and that's why I could see things from a different aspect. And I have things in my closet, like in my makeup closet, that I literally can just use. I don't need to go to this event. The only plus about going to this event would have been to connect with brands, because I do feel like a lot of times it's discouraging when you're sharing products and you're buying certain things and brands don't acknowledge you. It can be very disheartening. So to have that opportunity to meet with them in person, I think was invaluable. I could do another video on this. This is all I got for today. But I just wanted to share that with you guys. Don't be disheartened. Don't be upset. It's a lot of individuals that have bigger followings than I even have and still couldn't get a ticket. So I'm not hurt by that. I just want brands to do better. Stop treating us like herder cattle that only want free stuff, and start treating us like we're individuals that actually spend a lot of money in these stores and a lot of money on these brands, and we just get tossed any kind of way. And I think even as the brands, y'all need to hold Ulta accountable for how they're going about doing things. That's just my opinion, because if you're shelling out thousands of dollars of product, there has to be an ROI on that investment. And if y'all not getting an ROI on that, then that's a problem. Okay? That's just my opinion as an average person, the consumer on social. And I just want to come on and share that with you guys. With that being said, I'm in my auntie era, so I could care less at this point about the whole entire not getting a ticket. I just have to keep sharing and not let this dishearten me or make me upset to where I wouldn't keep sharing with you guys. Sound off in the comment section down below. Let me know your experience going through the queue this morning with Ulta Beauty World. What was your goals of going to this event? Was it to meet with brands or get free stuff? Okay, because a lot of that is on how we are as Americans in consumerism. Nothing more, nothing less. I appreciate you guys listening to me today. With that being said, talk to you guys later. See you in the next broadcast.